Hi everybody, welcome back. Ready for another Halloween review? I am. I've actually been enjoying these lately. They're super fun. So at this point, we're at the midpoint of October, so this is where I like to get to the movies that are kind of like the home cooking of Halloween. Something to really hit the spot that you're almost expected to watch with a big bowl of popcorn under a blanket with the lights off. So that being said, today we're going to talk about Phantoms. Phantoms is a 1998 sci-fi horror movie that's based on a book of the same name by Dean Koontz. The movie is directed by Joe Chappelle, who before this did Halloween 6 and Hellraiser 4. So, good enough for this movie at least. Phantoms tells the story of two sisters returning home to the small town of Snowfield, Colorado. The older sister is a doctor who works in the town, played by Joanna, and the younger sister is visiting her from, college? She's played by Rose McGowan. Once arriving in the town, the two slowly come to realize that the town is eerily uninhabited. Looking for anyone, they come across a dead body disposed of in a gruesome way. Luckily, they are found by the sheriff of a neighboring town investigating the radio silence in this one. He's played by Ben Affleck.
But Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms.
Word, bitch. Phantom's like a motherfucker.
But this is pre-A-list Ben Affleck. The sheriff is accompanied by two of his deputies, played by Nicky, Katt, and Liev Schreiber, who's actually one of the better parts of this movie. They group up and explore the hotel, trying to find some sign of life, and again, find more corpses. But they also find the name of a book by a Timothy Flight. Meanwhile, in another part of the country, two FBI agents are recruiting Timothy Flight. Flight has extensive writings on what he calls an ancient enemy, an evil entity he believes has caused mass extinctions, such as the Mayans and the Roanoke colonists. Basically just an evil force that's existed throughout human history and has caused the disappearances of different specific groups who just vanished out of nowhere. Now this is where the movie gets really interesting. They bring Flight and an entire battalion with this super advanced lab and a group of scientists and soldiers to both study and secure the area and the evil entity. This is something I've never seen in another horror movie where they actually have done everything right. But then shit still hits the fan. And I don't think I really need to go any further with the plot here, because that's all you really need to know. The rest of the movie is just pure horror fun. It's creepy at some moments, but it's not ultra gory or anything like that. It's totally manageable if you're afraid of actual scares. There's some slight jump scares, but not really. Like, it's something that's not out to get you. It's just kind of fair. Actually, that's specifically why this appeals to me. It's not the best made horror movie, and it's very aesthetically watered down. It almost feels like it was meant to be a TV movie, but it was released in theaters. Although the feeling is probably more so because I've always caught it on TV on Saturday nights. And it's the perfect type of movie for that time. There's something that's super appealing to me about horror that takes place in a very picturesque small town. Obviously, a lot of Stephen King's movies are like this because they mostly take place in Maine, which is very beautiful at certain parts of the year. But it also reminds me of Twin Peaks a lot too. And of course, the video games that were inspired by Twin Peaks, like Alan Wake or obviously Silent Hill. Actually, this movie reminds me a lot of Silent Hill. Even some of the creatures that attack the group are almost straight out of the video game. And that's kind of like a weird aesthetic appeal to me. It's not good by any means, but it's almost like a Japanese-made video game that's set in America. It's kind of jarringly weird, but at the same time extremely entertaining and gripping. There's something that's just so cozy about these movies that are so pleasant to look at, but that's juxtaposed with the terror that's going on at the same time. And a lot of the time in these type of stories, the people are also very attractive. Like not just one or two people, everyone is attractive. And it's like soap opera attractive. In regards to the characters, I like Rose McGowan's character the best. She's just so sassy and crafty, and she has the most personality out of everyone in the movie. Like I said before, Liev Schreiber is also in the movie, and he does a very good job in this. He just comes across as this really super uncomfortable guy to be around in this already very dangerous situation. Not the type of people you want to be kind of stuck with. He elevates the movie a lot for me, and he really makes it worth watching. That and the unique ideas and directions the movie takes. Peter O'Toole is also one of the better parts of this movie. This seems like the type of role that was meant for an older, washed-up actor who was just looking for a paycheck. But he plays the character so naturally that it just really highlights the exposition of the movie. Because his character a lot of the time is just explaining things. And any other lesser actor could have really messed this up. Look, Phantoms isn't the best movie, but it's a very entertaining movie. It's one of those horror movies that's very comfortable to watch, rather than one that keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole time. And that's part of the reason why I consider it underrated, as well as this. The reviews are all over the place, but if you want to take my word for it, I think it stands at a solid 3 out of 5. It's nothing amazing, but it's definitely worth watching if you make the time for it. And at the very least, it's worth watching because of the entertainment value. Like, shit pops off. Anyway, that's what I thought of Phantoms. If you've seen Phantoms before, what did you think of it? Do you like these type of small town horror movies as well? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. That's all I gotta say about that.
Hey, you want to see something?